Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. WWE fans have slammed Triple H after the WrestlePalooza Premium Live event. The PLE was the first one to stream on ESPN as part of the network's 5-year deal with WWE. Ahead of the event, the company's chief content officer, Triple H, told fans to expect spectacle, expect surprises. While the card delivered a solid night of action, fans were left searching for the surprises promised to them. After the game shared a post on X Twitter to talk about Cody Rhodes' win over Drew McIntyre, fans flooded the comment section calling him out. Fans asked him where the surprises were and questioned his booking of the show. Many other fans shared the sentiment and called out the booking of the show by WWE's CEO. You can check their reactions below. It looks like fans were left disappointed by WrestlePalooza's booking, especially after the hype around the PLE. Recently, WWE also came under fire from the fans following the announcement that WrestleMania 43 will take place in Saudi Arabia. Triple H confirmed his in-ring retirement in 2022 after a heart issue forced him to undergo surgery. Since then, he has actively taken up the role of WWE's creative head and has maintained an on-screen presence. While coming out of retirement may not be in his plans right now, he did name the star he would like to face if he returned to the ring. During an interview on Good Morning America, he said an in-ring return is unlikely, but named Roman Reigns as the star he would go one-on-one against. Reigns and HHH did face each other at WrestleMania 32 for the WWE Championship, with the big dog coming out on top. Shergill Malik is a writer at Sportskeeda and covers pro wrestling. He was hooked on the product from the moment he saw the Hardy Boys jumping off ladders during the Attitude Era. While he comes from an engineering background, Shergill's love for pro wrestling and content writing led him to pursue a career in sports journalism. Before assuming his current role at Sportskeeda, Shergill worked at other reputable organizations for 5 years. While writing articles, he ensures that he only relies on credible sources for information and covers relevant subjects that do not project an agenda against a particular person or association. WWE legend Paul Heyman once shared Shergill's work on his social media handle. Shergill's earliest memory of pro wrestling is watching Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker square off for the WWE title in the main event of a pay-per-view in 1998. His favorite wrestlers are Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy. While he admires Orton for his character work as a heel, he looks up to Jeff because of his unique wrestling style and risk-taking ability. If he could go back to the Attitude Era, Shergill would like to manage Ken Shamrock and be his mouthpiece. He feels Shamrock's promo skills prevented him from becoming a main event-level act in WWE. Hence, he would like to help the UFC Hall of Famer get over with fans. The neon lights dimmed on WrestlePalooza, Indianapolis, but along with the echoes of body slams and pyrotechnics, a new sound rose up from the WWE universe, one of disappointment, disillusionment, and anger. Triple liar, fraud. These were not catchphrases from a heel promo, but real responses from fans, directed at Triple H, WWE's chief content officer. What began as promise and hype ended in protests over unfulfilled expectations. Triple H had sold this PLE, Premium Live event, as a turning point. It was the first WWE event to stream on ESPN under the company's new 5-year deal. He and WWE promised spectacle, surprises, and a show to mark the era. The promotional machinery roared, posters, interviews, social media teases. Fans were told, get ready. Be dazzled. Watch for the unexpected. Inside wrestling circles, the card looked solid. Big names. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, the return of star matchups. For many, it seemed like the show had all the ingredients: star power, momentum, narrative hooks. But the second act, the payoff, was never fully served. When WrestlePalooza wrapped, the match quality was decent. There were hard hits, moments of drama. But for many fans, the surprises never materialized. The spectacle felt incremental, not groundbreaking. Battles expected to set the world on fire seemed to flicker instead. The moments teased in video packages or cryptic tweets, either underwhelming or outright missing. It wasn't just about match outcomes. It was about emotional payoffs. The build towards unforeseen, game-changing moments went unfulfilled. WWE had promised an event to be remembered. Instead, fans felt they got another mid-tier show dressed in premium packaging. In the wake of the event, social media exploded. The backlash was sharp, personal, and direct. Quotes from fans. The word fraud was used repeatedly. Fans felt misled. That hype had become bait. Triple H, once viewed by many as the creative architect capable of restoring WWE mojo, was now being painted as someone promising more than he delivers. The phrase triple liar spread quickly, a play on both his name and the sentiment that his promises were lies. For some, it was a taunt, a meme. For others, an accusation with weight. Fans aren't upset just because of a mediocre show. What hurts is the pattern. This is not the first time WWE has hyped surprises that never quite appear or raised stakes that don't pay off. The contrast between advertised spectacle and delivered content has been sharpening over time, and WrestlePalooza seemed to many like yet another overpromised, under-delivered product. WWE had made a deal with ESPN. Expectations were higher than ever. When Triple H said the event would mark something new, fans assumed there would be big reveals, shocking turns, maybe returning legends, maybe major plot twists. Instead, the event was seen as familiar, formulaic, only marginally elevated. For many, it wasn't about wrecked storylines or bad matches, it was about trust. Hype, once a tool to build excitement, had felt like manipulation. At the heart of the complaints lies booking. People criticized not just that the surprises were missing, but that the structure and pacing felt pedestrian, that character arcs weren't meaningfully evolved, that the big moments didn't land with emotional or narrative weight. Some saw wasted potential, using major names like Roman Reigns, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and others, but in ways that didn't fully leverage the heat they've built with fans. There were also murmurs about predictability. Several expected new rivalries, shocking heel turns, or unconventional match stipulations. Instead, many matches followed safe formulas. No surprises, no shock, no departure from standard wrestling tropes. It helps to understand the emotional journey of a fan. First comes hype, the tease, the build. Then comes investment, watching Raw, SmackDown, following social media, hoping for glimpses of what's coming. Finally comes the event. This is what you've been waiting for. When that event doesn't deliver, disappointment is not just about the moment. It's about the lead-in, the journey, the lagging hope. Fans felt entitled, not in an arrogant way, but in that they have proven their loyalty. They spend, they tune in, they discuss. When the marketing makes bold promises, fans believe. When those promises are repeatedly weakened, trust erodes. WrestlePalooza, for many, was another turn in that erosion. Triple H is a complicated figure in all this. On one side, he's admired. The wrestler-turned-executive has reinvigorated parts of WWE since the corporate shakeups. He's overseen some high-profile matches, some new signings, a shift in tone. But with that comes scrutiny. When someone promises spectacle and surprises, the lens tightens. Did he deliver? Also, being CCO means being responsible not just for what shows up on screen, but for what gets promised, what gets marketed, what people believe before they even see a ring. So the frustration with Triple H is rooted in that responsibility. Fans feel that the promotional promises were within his purview, and that the gap between promise and product is his doing, for better or worse. There's a risk in building hype that can't be sustained. Over-promising sets fans up for disappointment. Under-delivering, or delivering less than what was promised, breeds cynicism. If people repeatedly feel misled, they may start turning away or lowering expectations. WWE's brand promise is at stake. The value fans get versus what they were promised. This backlash may also affect how WWE markets upcoming events. If WrestlePalooza is seen as a letdown in hindsight, future shows will be judged in relation to this one. Triple A's own credibility and the faith in WWE's promotional promises are being tested. deliver on promises. If marketing says surprises, bring surprises. If spectacle, ensure it's cinematic, memorable. Meaningful payoffs. Not merely big names fighting. Rather, narrative arcs that evolve. Stakes that matter. Character motivations that feel genuine. Risk and unpredictability. People are tired of formula. They want unexpected twists, bold creative decisions. Make them gasp, not just at a finisher, but at what comes before. Transparency, or at least consistency. If there are no huge surprises planned, be honest. Better to underpromise and overdeliver than the reverse. Balance between safety and innovation. The fundamentals, good wrestling, crowd engagement, pacing still matter. But don't lean so safe that nothing feels fresh. Fans may calm down after a week of memes, takes, and social media firestorms. Some will accept that not every event can live up to its hype. But the magnitude of this backlash suggests deeper unrest. If subsequent events repeat the same pattern, big talk, small payoff, then the brand loyalty, the social conversations, even viewership could suffer. Triple H is now under pressure to demonstrate that this backlash isn't just noise. WrestleMania 43 is looming. If that too is overpromised and underdelivered, fans won't just say fraud in tweets. They might vote with their subscriptions, with their live attendance, with their attention. Pro wrestling always exists in attention, between what is real and what is scripted, between what is sold in promos and what is delivered in the ring. But there's a contract of sorts between WWE and its fans. If you say something bold, you better try to follow through. Ask anything less, and the crowd starts booing, even if they're not in the arena. Triple H and WWE built great anticipation around WrestlePalooza. The spotlight was bright, but when the surprises didn't come, when the spectacle felt familiar, when fans thought promise had been replaced by padding, the backlash was inevitable. Triple liar, fraud. These are harsh words, but in the voices of disappointed fans, they represent more than anger. They are warnings. They are a plea. Do better. Be true to what you sell. If you'd like, I can also write a version more focused on the specific matches, the fan metrics, or how this compares to previous WWE mispromos. Do you want that?